Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Omar Talks Football. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back with yet another episode of the Blaugrana podcast, guys. Big up to every single one of you guys who are in the building, guys. Sorry, guys, for the lateness, guys. Unfortunately, I had some stuff to take care of, guys, before going live, right? Unfortunately, guys, these things sometimes do happen. But we are here, guys, for another episode, guys. Episode 36 of the Blaugrana podcast. And of course, guys, there would be no Blaugrana podcast without my co-host, man like Barca Boy 103. Bro, how are you doing, man?
Bro, I'm just waiting for Julian to come, man. That's all I need. I'm doing good, though, overall. Transfer window's in full activity, ready to go. And Barcelona have been cooking in the transfer window, and hopefully it continues.
Hey, listen. Right now, bro, I'm not gonna lie. You remember a few weeks ago, when we were in the 1-to-1 rule, and you were saying, "Yo, man, you gotta let Deco, man. Let's see what Deco does when we get to the 1-to-1 rule, man. Let's not judge him right now, right?" And I was being stressed, being my good old self, but I'm not gonna lie, bro. Last week was crazy, man. What a week it was. I mean, man, like Deco, man, what is he cooking in that kitchen, bro? I mean, dude.
Waiting.
Listen, we are not Link FC anymore, bro. There's no Link Up FC or, Advanced Stocks FC now. Now it's let's get it done, right? New signing already in the door. We already have a big one coming. Who's next? Man, like Bernardo Silva could be next. They're trying to stall, but we already know Julian Alvarez is inevitable. It will happen. Do not worry about it. Yeah? A little commentary right now. You can see them moving like haters right now. You can even see it, bro. You can see how rattled they are. You can genuinely see it, bro. The way they're acting recently, man, doing that whole videos and all that. It's like, dude, show me that you're rattled without telling me you're rattled. Tell me that you're rattled without telling me that you're rattled, bro. It's easy, bro. Seeing their official Twitter account, like tweeting, dude, doing that. I sat there and I was like, wow, this is actually funny, man. I'm actually amazed just how in the hits we are in these guys, bro. But it was beautiful to see. But look, I'm not gonna lie, man. Listen, I might have to do the apology video, man, if Deco gets me my defenders. I've already said. I might have to, bro, because
don't count your chickens on that quite yet.
No, not yet, bro. I'm waiting. That's why I haven't made the apology video yet. I'm saying, okay, bro. So far, one signing in the door, two signings coming in very, very soon. Bernardo Silva could be next. Julian Alvarez we could be seeing 3 signings before the actual transfer window actually opens. And I'm like, dude, if you get me those players and you get me the center backs I'm looking for, if you get me a center back and a fullback, or 2 center backs and a fullback, dude, you're getting the apology video. And you know what, bro? Listen, listen, man. You've already cemented. I mean, you already cemented yourself as a player at this club, right? You are a legend as a player, bro. But you can really upscale your legendary status if you can actually get it done. But look, let's actually talk about some of these. Obviously, we haven't even spoken about this, me and you, Hafed, but Anthony Gordon, 80 million, right? That's the full package. I mean, they're saying that right now, 70 million plus 80. But now we've heard that apparently the whole money now is going to be based on installments and also contract obligations. Like, let's say the trophies he wins, individual accolades and stuff like that is how we're going to increase the money. Which, I'm going to be very honest. When we signed Anthony Gordon, I was stressed. I was like, bro, 80 million for Gordon, really? You know what I mean, right? And I was like, it was too steep. It was crazy. But I'm not going to lie. The way the deal has been structured, I have to say, Deco, he cooked with this, because at the end of the day, we're not paying the whole thing. We're not even paying half of it this season, right? But Gordon signing for Barcelona. I mean, I haven't heard your thoughts on it. I've definitely seen your reaction on your channel, but what do you think about the Gordon arrival, man? Honestly, for you.
Yeah, so firstly, all transfers are always done in installments. The only transfers that are not done in installments is when you pay a release clause, because those ones have to be paid in full. So every single transfer that happens for Barcelona is always installment. Just really depends on what the length is and stuff like that. But I think overall it's a good signing. I think, it's an upgrade on Rashford. Potentially, I think they're kind of both at the same level, but in the end, you got someone in who's younger, probably fits the system a bit more. Then Rashford has a better work rate as well. It can definitely grow. At Barcelona, you really have a player for the medium and long term, as opposed to Rashford, who would have been probably short to medium term. I think for Barcelona, Anthony Gordon's a better fit than Rashford for sure. Who's a better player? I think is up for debate, but I think who's a better player in the Flick system? No doubt, it's Anthony Gordon. I do think it's quite a hefty fee. I think he becomes our seventh most expensive transfer of all time. I think
know, right?
Suarez, Neymar, Frankie, Dembele, Coutinho, Griezmann are the six ahead of him. So it is a lot of money for Barcelona. It's also Joan Laporta's most expensive signing as president, full stop, in both his terms. So it is a big... No, I think his most expensive was Rafinha from Leeds.
That was right.
Yeah, and then now it's Anthony. So I think it'll be hopefully a good move. The player looks ambitious. He looks to be someone who is eager, and he looks to be someone that can definitely implement something. He'll give us different options off the bench. Hopefully he'll be more impactful in matches than Rashford was, even though Rashford did get 24G. I think it's a bit overhyped a little bit. But I'm very excited. Just hopefully he lives up to the fee. That's the really only big question. But the fact that we're spending that kind of money hopefully means that we have money to spend this summer.
Nah, for real. Look, at the end of the day, man, I'm not going to lie to you. I am very, very excited. I'm very, very excited, especially the fact that when we got the deal done, right, this is where I had to, eat my humble pie, because I was like, dude, we signed them. And then there was the talk of, well, at the end of the day, even though we've made this signing, it's not the only signing. There's another one coming, right? We're going to get, it will not change us getting another striker. Gordon is not the striker option. He is the wing option or something like that, right? They were saying we're still going to go out and get a striker. Julian Alvarez is still a target for the club. I'm like, bro, we just spent 80 million. How are we going to spend 80 million and then go and buy, Julian Alvarez is going to be 100 million plus, right?
Mm-hmm.
But dude, the next day, we literally confirmed the deal, bro. We were just about to present Anthony Gordon the same day that we actually went to Atletico Madrid and actually paid 100 million on that day too.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the craziest thing. And obviously, Atletico Madrid, you can see how rattled they are, bro. Because Julian Alvarez has made it very clear. The season ended, and the first thing he did was like, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm out of here, bro. Like, I'm Audi 3000, man. Get me out of here, Barcelona. Right? And, bro, do you blame him? Like, respectfully, man, like, this guy is one of the best strikers, one of the best players in Europe, bro. Dude, like, at the end of the day, bro, which one of the best players in Europe only ambitious players want to stay at Atletico Madrid, bro. He's ambitious. He wants to win the Champions League. He wants to win more league titles. And he knows right now Barca are looking for a striker, and we dream of signing him. So he knows, bro. And that's why for me, I'm like, look, at the end of the day, Atletico Madrid are just delaying the inevitable for me. And you can see their reaction. The reaction from them is what really shows me. Really, big up to Papillon. Big up to Papillon every single time, man. Big up to you for the way. But let me tell you something. These guys, they are just delaying the inevitable. They know that he's going to join us. And that is why you're seeing they're acting the way they are right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because they know right now, they're trying to ignore it and all that. But listen, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, dude. Because Julian Alvarez, it's very clear. This guy has no intentions of staying at this club. He has no intentions. He doesn't care what he has to do. He doesn't care about burning bridges. This guy's only been here for 2 seasons, bro. Right? But I'm going to be very honest, man. The 100 million that we offered, I'm not going to lie. Did any one of us expect them to accept it? Absolutely not. No one expected it. But I think what Deco was doing was he was testing the waters. And I do respect it. He was testing the water. He was trying to see what he can get away with. He's like, okay, right now the player wants to leave, right? We know he wants to leave. What are we going to do? Let's see. Let's give him 100 million. Let's see what they will say. If they reject, okay, 110, okay, 120. You feel me, right?
Mm-hmm.
While Julian Alvarez keeps pressuring them, eventually they will have to accept the best deal that they get offered, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I feel like this is an inevitable deal. It's an inevitable deal, and the way Atletico Madrid are acting, it shows you how rattled they are. But what do you think about this Julian Alvarez thing, man? Do you think we can get it done before the start of the official transfer window in July?
I don't know. I'm hoping that we can get it done before the World Cup, actually. But in regards to Atletico's action, they're gonna look absolutely horrendous once we get this deal done. I spoke to one of my Atletico fans after they went on the rampage on Twitter, and I was just like, why do you think your club has done this? And he was telling me because they feel like that 100 million euro offer was insulting. You know, it's like as if someone came and bid like 90 million for Lamine Yamal. You know what I mean? That's how they saw it. I'm like, okay, that's insulting to you. That's fine, but I think for any neutral, it's not an insulting offer. You know, you bought him for 75. He's worth 90. We bid 100. You know, every Barca fan before we would end up going crazy for Julian, we're saying, oh, no more than 100 million euro package. Oh, he's this and that. I don't think our bid was outrageous, but that's how they took it, right? The fact that Atletico Madrid did not acknowledge the bid, did not respond to the bid, which both are confirmed now, means they saw that as an insulting offer, which then doesn't make sense because apparently, if you 120 to 130 million euros will get the deal done. So we bid 20 million under what you want, but apparently it's insulting. Maybe because it's Barcelona. You know, they're saying that you're talking to the player when he's contracted to us.
That's not illegal.
It's technically illegal, but everyone does it, right? You have to go and make
that's
sure.
That's my point. Right? I'm sorry if everyone does it's not illegal. I'm sorry if everyone's
by
doing
the rule, by contract, what you know, by the book, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to bid to the club. The club accept, then you go talk to the player. But nowadays, everyone makes sure the player wants to make the move before they go to join. But the point being is that they're upset because not only did we bid 100 million, but also we're talking to him when we haven't really approached them first. Usually some clubs say, okay, yes, we'll give you permission to talk to him. And then once you agree with him, you can come talk to us about transfer fee. That's what happens a lot of times. You know, if someone wants to buy Arujo, like, hey, Barca, can we go talk to Arujo, see if he wants to join us? I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, go ahead. Stuff like that, right? But they're upset about that. And then they say that, we're talking behind his back trying to convince him when that's not professional. But then they have their players talking to Marco Correa during Spanish national team camp trying to convince him. But when they do it, it's a problem. But when we do it, it's a problem. When they do it, it's okay. I saw Barcelona came out with a report last night from Fernando Polo, and they're saying that we feel that the club have said, to the media, we don't feel that we did anything wrong. We're approaching this very professionally. The club have kept quiet. They've not responded back to Atletico Madrid as well. So they've approached this and executed this with the highest level of professionalism. And again, once we get this deal done, it will look so bad on Atletico Madrid. Imagine when they tweet, we've confirmed that we've sold Julian Alvarez to Barcelona. The quote tweets and the replies are going to be crazy. I pray that Barcelona reply to that quote tweet with a picture of him in a shirt and just say, like, L or hold that or something. Get Tom Holland in there as well and just do a little in their direction. Do something because there's, a generational tweet that can be made there. I think it makes the rivalry even bigger for next season as well. The 3 games that we have against them for now that are guaranteed are going to be absolutely huge. In regards to Julian, I think he's a good, like I mentioned, we've talked about this a lot on the pod. I think he's a world-class player. I think he's of the level of Barcelona. I don't think he's what we need. I think 100 million is a little too much, especially if we're probably going to go for 120 million. But you get a world-class player, you get to shit on your rivals as well, make them look bad. So, in my opinion, it's all worth it. So, we'll see. I think Barcelona do have a breaking point. I don't see Barcelona going over 120 million euro fixed fee. So, we'll see what happens in terms of that. But I don't think Barcelona will bid more than that. They might add some bonuses. But I'm fairly confident this will get over the line. It's pretty much confirmed at this point that Julian wants to make the move. He doesn't want to play for Atletico Madrid as well. That was confirmed this morning by one of the better, not better, but the best Argentinian journalists in Gaston Adul. So, it's in Atletico Madrid's hand to deal with the situation properly. And I'm sure their sporting director, Mateo Alemán, who knows Barcelona quite well, will handle it well. So, I think the question really now is, will it drag on or will it be done quickly? I think, to be honest, both clubs, I think Barcelona want it done quickly. I don't know if Atletico Madrid want it done quickly or not. But let's see. In this report here about Alvarez and Barcelona agreeing personal terms, this came out from Argentina sources about an hour ago. That's irrelevant. We knew from Friday that Julian wants to come to Barcelona. So if he wants to come, that means personal terms are not going to be an issue. Just because they're fully agreed now doesn't change what's been happening over the past 3 or 4 days. So they were, again, already advanced. Personal terms are already done almost on Friday just because they fine-tuned it over the past weekend. Doesn't really change the situation that we're currently in. You're muted.
So yeah, my alarm went off and I didn't want it to keep pausing while you were talking. But look, to be honest with you, I think we've already agreed terms with them a long time ago. I think that's why Atletico Madrid are really pissed. I think they know we already agreed with terms with him and we'd already turned his head a long time ago. Because let's be real here. We the season ended, and within like 3 days, he told the club he was leaving. So I feel like this was something we were already talking to his agent way before, and basically we convinced him. Probably, he already agreed on the project. Maybe, Barcelona probably gave him a lot of good promises, which I'm sure the club can really definitely, live up to now that Lewandowski is gone. And look at it like, well, listen, right now, Barcelona, we don't have a striker, right? We don't really have a number 9. Our now number 9, we're looking for a guy who's going to partner Rafinha and Yamal in that front three, right? And you are the guy that we want. You are our dream signing. We want you to be the one to wear that famous number 9. You understand what I mean, right? Then we look at all the great Argentinians that play for this club. One of your childhood idols, Lionel Messi, right? The guy, you grew up idolizing this kid, right? Idolizing him. Like, you have an opportunity to wear the shirt, to be a legend at this club, like he was. You understand what I mean, right? And I'm guessing it was enticing to him because let's be clear here, right? The guy, this past season, he wasn't really that good. His numbers were poor, but I don't really put most of the blame on him also, because I kind of look at it and I'm like, stylistically, he's a very attack-minded player. And with Atletico Madrid, yes, sometimes they have strikers that work, but really, the style doesn't really work. You understand what I mean, right? It's not meant for attacking. A club like Barcelona, dude, everybody eats in that attack. Everyone. And I think that is, for me, I think maybe that's what really enticed Julian Alvarez, where he's kind of looking at it and he's thinking, dude, if Ferran Torres could put 19 goals, if Rashford could put over 20 goals, I'm better than these people, bro. If I go to that, if I go to Barcelona, dude, I'm putting 30 minimum in our competitions. You understand what I mean, right? And if you look at it this season, like, all their strikers have been poor. Solot went on a run where he didn't score. Young Alvarez also went on a run where he didn't score. You understand what I mean, right? And I think maybe for him individually, he might be frustrated, but because also they basically threw the towel on the league, because at some point it was a 3-horse race. They threw the towel on the league very early, gave up on it completely. You understand what I mean, right? Completely fell off a cliff, finished 4th, right? And then they put all their eggs in the Copa del Rey and the Champions League, because they were all right, we're going to go win one of the other cups, right? They knock Barcelona out. You do the hard work. You knock Barcelona out, the defending champions, only to go and lose to Real Sociedad in the final. And then you do the same thing in the Champions League, where you knock out the big boys in that side of the draw, only to lose to Arsenal. So he's probably looking at it and he's thinking, dude, like, at the end of the day, this is what this is like every year. Let's be honest. Atletico Madrid don't really win trophies. They compete, but they don't really win, bro. Like, that's the truth. That's the ugly truth. Like, it's very rare to see this club actually win stuff. So I think Julian Alvarez is an ambitious guy. I think Julian Alvarez is a very ambitious man. And let's be honest, he should be ambitious, dude. Like, you're Argentina's number 9. You're one of the best players in Europe. Like, you don't want to be spending the prime years of your career doing what Griezmann was doing. You understand what I mean, right? Waiting until your late 20s to finally decide to be ambitious and then make the first big move that comes your way. I think Julian Alvarez is more ambitious than that. And I think he really wants to go out there and actually do what needs to be done. And at the end of the day, no one can blame him. Atletico Madrid can act all pride just all they want. But at the end of the day, this is the level between our clubs. This is the level between Barcelona and Real Madrid. I'm sorry. You can hate it all you want. It's the ugly truth. You're not on our level. And that's what Julian Alvarez is showing. Because Griezmann did it to them. When he was at the, I know he tried to apologize. He said, screw your apology, dude. You did what you did. Okay? You wanted to use them as a stepping stone. When you went to Barcelona, the shirt was too heavy for you, and then you went back to your safety, to your safe place. Julian Alvarez is not like that, dude. Julian Alvarez is not that guy. Julian Alvarez is more ambitious. This guy is a World Cup winner. This guy has played in the most pressurized games in the World Cup. Remember, semi-finals, scoring twice. This guy's done it. Even Barcelona last season, when they knocked us out in the Champions League, his goal was the big reason why they knocked us out. That first goal that he scored, that free kick. So yeah, 100%, man. It's going to happen. Atletico Madrid right now, apparently, from what I heard from yesterday, is that apparently Deco and Julian Alvarez's agent wanted to talk to Atletico Madrid and they refused. I'm like, you're just being petty.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's 100% done because Atletico Madrid still do have some power. He's a valid contract, and the only way to break it unless they say yes is to pay his release clause. But we'll see with how Atletico Madrid react to a second bid will be interesting. Will they ignore it again? Will they say no? Will they say yes? Will they counter offer? I think that's where you get the true telling. I'm fairly confident about Alvarez, but I think the response of a second bid from Atletico will be the telling point. Also, when Barcelona do it, will they do it this week? Will they do it next week? That's kind of the big question, right? I think the club do want to have it done before the World Cup, but we'll see.
I mean, for me, I kind of look at it and I'm like, it's very likely that we'll probably get it done by before then, to be honest with you. I think what Atletico Madrid are trying to act all like stubborn and stuff, but dude, you cannot keep a play against their will, bro. I remember when we signed Lewandowski, Bayern Munich tried to do the same thing. If you remember, Bayern Munich were not willing to sell. Remember, they were not willing to sell. They wanted to sell him the next season. And then he returned back to training, and then he had one training session, and then he was gone. Because the club realized, yo, this guy's head is not at the club anymore. This guy's head is not here anymore, right? If we keep him here, we're just going to be keeping, like we're just wasting our time. Let's accept the bid and then just let him leave. And I think that's what's going to happen. At the end of the day, if they have a good World Cup, I mean, I don't think they're going to do
that's
it.
That's also a gamble, too. What if Argentina get knocked out early and Alvarez has a stinker, then that'll bring his value down a little bit. But if he does well, then it'll bring his value up. So I thought I could run that risk as well. But then again, they have the power.
That's an important point. That's an important point. And I think that if they have a poor World Cup, and let's say he has a poor World Cup, he's just gonna come back to Spain very pissed. Right? You can tell he'll probably come back and he's very, very pissed, right? At the end of the day, he didn't have a good World Cup. His mind is in it. And also, he's gonna come back to Atletico Madrid with all this saga happening. So he's probably gonna be even more pissed. Right? So I think that at the end of the day, Atletico Madrid is just delaying inevitable. He's going to join us, whether they like it or not. And at the end of the day, I don't understand why they're even being like this, dude. Atletico Madrid have a good track record of replacing strikers.
The problem is that Julian Alvarez is their second most expensive signing of all time. He's doing really well over the past 2 seasons, despite them, not winning anything. And he's kind of the player that they want to build the team around, right? He's kind of supposed to be their franchise player. They're Michael Jordan, they're Kobe Bryant, they're Tom Brady. That's why they want to sign him and try and build the team around him. So that's why they're really, really upset. But there's more to, Barca's interest. Apparently, Julian and Diego Simeone have some issues as well. That's kind of where the rumor started. It didn't even start until that kind of came out. So I think they're just upset that kind of the investment they made, their plan is kind of backfiring, and now they kind of have to, reset. And not only is Julian leaving, but Antoine Griezmann is leaving as well. So now they kind of have Sorloth as their only striker. So they're going to have to make some investments.
Go sign Muriqi. Yeah, he's available.
Yeah.
That's an Atletico striker if I've ever seen one. That's the crazy thing. I'm like, bro, Muriqi is probably the most Atletico striker I've ever seen. Like, he is a dog on the ball. Right? He's a bully of a striker. That kind of striker that Simeone likes. Those strikers that are just not easy to get the ball off. Right? The Diego Costas of the world, right? Who are aggressive strikers. You know what I mean, right? Muriqi has that aggressivity. I'm like, dude, it makes all the sense in the world to go and get him. Right? And look, I get what you mean, but I have to go back and I have to say this again. Atletico Madrid, respectfully, dude, you guys cannot give these superstars what they want. A lot of these superstars is not just about the money. It's about competing on all fronts. You understand what I mean, right? Back 10 to 15 years ago, when Atletico Madrid under Simeone, like in the first 2 years of Simeone, when they won the league, Champions League final, you see during that era, Atletico Madrid were an enticing club. Even though the football wasn't enticing, they were an enticing club because you saw a club that was actually challenging the big two in the in the league. And you were thinking, this is actually a good project. These guys are not just competing, they're actually winning. They're actually beating these guys to win trophies. You understand what I mean, right? The problem is you guys are just challenging. You have won the league in 2021 when Barcelona and Real Madrid both had one of their worst seasons, right? You capitalized, you won the league. But what have you won since then? What have you won since then? You've been in finals. It's not like you guys haven't even competed. You've been in finals. You just were in a final. And you lost. No Super Cups, no nothing. You're not even taking the league seriously anymore. Like, they're not. That's the truth. They just competed for Champions League football. And I'm like, at the end of the day, Julian Alvarez, a player like him, he's more ambitious than that. The guy wants to win stuff. The guy actually wants to be in a club where he can actually be like, okay, I'm in a club where I'm going to compete. So I don't blame him. And I need to come right now, their pride is broken. I think that's what this is about. This is not really about just the player, them losing a player. I think it's the fact that Atletico Madrid, they feel like Julian Alvarez has kind of put them in their place where they're like, wow, you guys are here. This is a step up in my career. And they can't take that. But dude, it's the truth. It's the truth. And you can deny it, you can run away from it, you can do whatever you want. It's not going to change the fact that Barcelona and we are a better club than you. It's the truth, man. It's the truth. You're just acting all salty. But it is what it is. I think that, we haven't seen the end of this. The saga will continue. And I think in the end, Atletico Madrid, they will just have to buckle under the pressure, man. I do believe that. But it is what it is. But you know what? Big up to every single one of you guys, man. Listen, we all have 228 people in here. We should be on 100 likes already, guys. We should be on 100 likes. Guys, come on. Smash the like button, guys. Come on. Yeah, you guys are entertained, right? You guys are extremely entertained, guys. We are on the road to 10K subscribers. Listen, guys, I am about, 60 subscribers away from the big 10,000, right? Like, dude, that is even crazy to say. Like, I did not think I would actually be saying close to 10,000 right now. But, guys, I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers. If you're new, guys, subscribe to the channel, guys. Try to get me to 10K, guys, as soon as possible. But, look, guys, let's talk about another signing that we could be seeing half-head. Let's talk about Bernardo Silva. Now, I'll be the first to admit half-head. When we were linked to Bernardo, at first I thought, I don't know. Because I'm like, okay, number one, Barcelona's the position that we have an abundance in is the midfield. And number two, this is not prime Bernardo Silva. This is really a past Bernardo Silva, right? It's not the same guy, right? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I really want this deal to happen. But I have to really think about this Bernardo Silva link, right? And I thought about that. I was like, you know what it is? Even though we have an abundance of midfielders, we don't really have a player like Bernardo Silva in this team apart from Pedri.
True.
Pedri is the only one, and the problem with Pedri is because he's the only one that can do the job that he does on this team. He gets played practically every game. We can't really afford to rest him. Really rest him. You feel me, right? Because we're competing in the league, Copa del Rey, Champions League, every single competition he has to play. And because of that, and I'm like, because of that, I'm looking at this deal now, this Bernardo Silva deal now, and I'm thinking, you know what? If there's anything that this deal could do for Barcelona, is that it could actually give Pedri more space and more comfortable and more, opportunity to maybe get less, games out of him and maybe give some rest in certain games. But also, even if the both of them are playing, all the pressure is not just going to be on Pedri being the creator in the midfield. You can always have Bernardo Silva come in that midfield and also be another creator added into the creativity in the midfield, right? And I'm like, and not to mention, this guy is going to be joining us on a fee. And this is another thing that made me actually more enticed by this deal is the fact that Bernardo Silva himself is willing to take a half, like he's willing to cut his salary in half to join Barcelona.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all of that, and not to mention he's 32? So he's not even that old, right? He's an experienced player who's done it at the top of the level, right? We played under one of the best managers of all time, right? Was one of his favorites, right? This is Bernardo Silva, one of his favorite players, right? Always played him every single time. Remember when we were linked to Bernardo Silva in 2024 and it looked like he was actually going to join us. And there was a lot of talk that he was going to leave, he was going to join Spain, he was going to go to Barcelona, and then Pep Guardiola was the one that actually killed it because he refused to sell him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that shows you how much he wants him. That's how it shows you how valuable he is. And I'm like, you know what? Because of all of that, and not to mention, we're going to be selling midfielders. I mean, Casado is all but, going to leave, right? And some players are definitely going to leave. And I'm looking at them like, well, okay. I'm actually not against this deal, to be honest. In fact, I'm actually more entertained because I think that the other option is Atletico Madrid. And I'm a very honest man.
Just silence they don't get him.
You are not an Atletico Madrid player.
I think overall,
yeah, what do you think about this?
I think it's interesting. I think Bernardo Silva would be signing more so to be Lamin's backup than playing the midfield. I think, of course, that option is definitely there and available, which is nice. That way you can maybe spread Anthony Gordon, Rafinha, and Lamin across the wings, which isn't too bad either. Depends if Casado wants to leave. We'll wait and see what he ends up deciding. I think if he wants to stay, the club will be happy to keep him, and then probably see Bernardo more so play on the right-hand side. I think also Bernardo Silva as a right-wing option is not too bad either, because I think he'll probably do more. I think he'll do better long-term than Rashford, even though I like the Rashford profile more. I think having a player like this added experience is a huge asset. This team is very, very young still. I'm very, very against, especially this summer and maybe even next summer as well, signing young players. I know a lot of people want like Vucevic, the center back, and whoever else is young, but this team is already young enough. I think adding experience to it is important. He comes in for free on very good wages as well. With Ansu Fati and Lewandowski now officially off the books and leaving, you have plethora of space on the wage bill to fit him in. I think he'll be on a good salary, a fair salary. He can play in the Pedro, like you mentioned, in the 10, false 9, on the right, on the left. So he can play anywhere in 5 out of 6 positions in the Barca team as well. So I think it brings that versatility to the team, brings that experience, still has good quality maybe for another year or two at the highest level, and that's it. So I wouldn't mind. And again, you look at Rashford, who'll cost you 30 million. He'll be on like over 200,000 euros per week, or you can get Bernardo for free for 2 years, 1 to 2 years, get that experience on 150, 180,000 euros per week, comes in for free as well. I'd much rather do that. I think Rashford's getting a little bit shafted, unfortunately. I think his time at Barcelona wasn't too bad, but wasn't that great, especially for how much he needs to earn to match that contract from Manchester United. I think Bernardo Silva was a solid deal. Again, like you were, I wasn't against it at first. I was a little bit like, why are we signing him for the midfield when we have about 9 midfielders? And then I'm seeing reports like, oh, he's going to come in to be Lemmy's backup. I was like, oh, hello. So that means Rooney out.
That's definitely a good one. That's a very, very
I think one of the reasons why is because in the last month of the season when Lemmy got injured, Rooney did not impress, and Flick wasn't too happy about that. He impressed against Betis in December, then the Super Cup semi-final in January. It came on for 10 minutes in the second leg of the UCL quarterfinal, looked okay. So he had, 90 good minutes this whole season. Not saying he was poor in that month, but he wasn't effective. It looked like there was a bit of pressure on him as well. He didn't get too many minutes. Bernardo's a player that can, play little minutes, but still come on and be really effective. When you have young players like Rooney, Ansu last season, Pau Victor last season, these young players who thrive on experience and minutes, when you bring them on for 2 or 3 games a season, they're not going to be that decisive, not going to be that effective. You need continuity, you need consistency. But when you have players like Bernardo, Christensen, who else over the past few years, like a Franck Kessié, these kind of players who have that experience. No, those maybe this season, those players who have that experience that can sit on the bench longer than most, but still come in and have an impact. That is what this team needs. I think overall Barca was good. If you get him, great. If not, I think even having Rashford as that backup to Lamine, of course, hopefully on low wages, would be a great deal as well. But I wouldn't mind either of them. And I think Barca was a smart signing overall.
No, it's a smart signing. And here's the thing. We've signed experience. And this is the thing, right? I don't even mind. Like I've said it before. I've even said it last season. I said the problem with this Barca team is that not only is like, the style I feel like doesn't work, especially, with the defensive players that we have. But also the problem is this squad is just so young. And, having a young squad is good. But also it's not a good thing, too. If this young squad is not experienced in winning. If you have a young squad that is full of winners, that you've got a diamond right there. Right? When you have a squad full of, like, winners, right? When we had, like, that team in the prime Barcelona team that we had in the 2010s, that was for me the perfect squad because it was blended with youth and it's blended with experience everywhere. So you had players in the back, just like when you look. It's like when you start from the goalkeeper, you had Victor Valdez, experience. Then you had the centre back partnership of Puyol and Piqué, experienced, young. You understand what I mean, right? It worked, right? You had Abidal and Alvarez. You understand what I mean, right? The midfield, you had Xavi, who was the experienced guy, with Iniesta in the midfield, and Busquets, who was the youngster. You understand what I mean, right? And then the attack, you had Eto'o, Henry, and Messi. You had 2 experienced players plus the young Julian in the crown. That is the thing, bro. The blend of experience and youth is what made that team so complete. Because you had the youth who were going to take over, and you had the experienced players who were going to teach you about the pressures of playing in the big games, right? When you look at this Barca team, that's the issue with this Barca team. We have a lot of players who have some experience, but guys like Yamal, they don't really have an experienced head around them who've won it all. who can look at a guy like Yaman, show him how to play in the big games, how to act in the big games, right? Midfield, we don't really have that one guy in the midfield who's like the experience head who's won it all, who can teach the Pedris and the Gavis and the Bernards about, pressure, right? The defense, the same thing. That is what this team is missing. And that's why I'm like, a guy like Bernardo Silva, what he will actually bring in that midfield is that, and in that attack is, he's an experienced winner. He knows how to win the Champions League. He knows how to compete against extremely tough opposition. He's been in title races with Liverpool. He's seen what those kind of pressurized title races can do to a player mentally. You understand what I mean, right? What it takes to win it, right? He's the kind of guy who can kind of pass his experience to the players who are there. You understand what I mean, right? And for me, I feel like that is very important. I think that's very important. I think that's what this team is really missing. I feel like, Pan Alvarez is great. Signing Gordon is great. But all those players are young also, who are also not experienced in winning Champions Leagues, really. Right?
It's not about having experience in winning Champions League. It's about having experience, period. Like you mentioned, the past Barca team were a good blend of experience and, youngsters. Our team, since Xavi came in, has been all youngsters, right? Even if you look at that 2022 summer that we signed a lot of players like entering their prime. Lewandowski's coming to the end. So even almost it was a young signing 2 years ago. Joan Garcia last summer was a young signing as well. So you gotta have that good blend. I think we have a lot of young talent as well. You have Balde, you have Araujo now that's kind of entering his key years. Koundé in his prime. Pedri is very young still. Gavi, Fermin, Lamine. Even Joan Garcia, you could argue, Pau Cubarsí, Gerard Martin, very, very young course. You need that experience. And someone like Bernardo Silva would be huge. I would even take Bernardo Silva. That way we don't have to spend money on Rashford. We can use that, maybe Rashford potential money elsewhere, center back, João Cancelo, somewhere in the defense, mainly. So that's also to the point maybe why Bernardo Silva could be more advantaged. Obviously cheaper and brings that experience, but also being able to save those funds and invest them elsewhere.
No, that is true. That is true for me. And also that's why I think this deal is very smart. It's not we're not paying. Like at the end of the day, we're only paying the player. And I think that at the end of the day, we're gonna get this deal done too. I think this is actually, honestly, I think this deal will be done before the World Cup. I think
when you're free agent, it's important to do that too.
Like, I'm gonna be very honest. I think this deal will be done by the end of this week. Because so I'm not just saying this. It's not even out of arrogance. It's what I've been hearing.
It depends on there's two things that keep lingering about Bernardo. It's if we have to sell first. Apparently, Barcelona want to get rid of Rooney and Cataldo first before they bring in Bernardo Silva. Also on Flick's approval. Apparently, Flick's given the approval. Apparently, he has it. So kind of those two things are lingering. Yes. The latest report that I've seen is that the deal is basically done, fine-tuning, the details of the contract. Flick has said yes, and Barcelona do not have to sell. That's been the really key point, especially being back in the one rule. This is a really, really big perk that we don't have to sign. We don't have to sell, in order to sign. We can sign, then, sell later on or do a little bit of both, which is important. So what I've heard lately is that it's done pending final details. No sales are needed to make the deal happen right now, like Casado or Rooney, and Flick has said yes. So let's see. If those reports are true and those details are true, this deal should be done in the next, not even week, but next 48, 72 hours at the absolute most.
I think that signing him is not the issue, because I think most of the reason why we need to sell is also because of the registration. That's what it is, really. The registration
what do you mean?
Part where we actually have to sell. And let's remember, La Liga registration. The way La Liga registration works, at the end of the day, we saw it last season. You understand what I mean, right? At the end of the day,
you have to remember that now when you're in the 1-1 rule,
I think the club also doesn't trust La Liga too. That's what I'm saying. But also, you know what it is? La Liga have put the rug under our feet before, and I think.
But remember, you have to remember. Look, wait. We've saved so much money on we've sold 2 out of our top 5 earners, Lewandowski and Ansu Fati, both leaving in the space of 2 weeks is huge. Lewandowski's on like almost 400,000 euros per week, net, not gross. I think gross it was like 600,000 a week. Ansu Fati's on €250,000 gross, which was like 180 net per week. So we freed that from the wage bill. Gordon, I don't think is earning anything near that. He's probably earning the Koundé or Rafinha like 120, 130,000 per week. I think his contract is 8 million over 5 years, which is crazy good as well. Another reason why he's better than signing Rashford. So you have so much space to be able to register a player like Bernardo, even a Julian as well. Don't forget we have to get rid of Ter Stegen soon, so that's going to be more money saved. How we get rid of him is a big question as well. But getting rid of him in any sort of capacity, that's 3 at the top 5 earners at the club that are leaving. The only top earners that are staying are Lamine and Frankie. The rest kind of earn like around 200, like Rafa, Konde, stuff like that. The top earners that are earning around, I think they both earn 300,000 euros per week are Frankie and Lamine. Frankie, because he deferred a lot of his money from his prime year, so to speak, so he deserves it now. Even if you sign Julian, he'll probably come in at 200,000 euros per week. So FFP wise, it's not going to be an issue whatsoever, especially with other big earners. Maybe if you get rid of Arujo as well. So the 2 big earners left in the squad that are players that we don't really want are Ter Stegen and Arujo. Ter Stegen earns, I think, 250,000 euros per week. Arujo earns in the upper echelon as well. So they both make around 14 million euros net per season. So that's absolutely huge. So stuff like that, get rid of those players, and knowing those players will leave is huge. So I don't think FFP registration whatsoever this summer will be an issue. It's more so about squad building and what players play where, you don't have too many players in certain positions and stuff.
I think I think that makes a lot more sense. And look, at the end of the day, we've seen some players who have been linked out. Like you mentioned, Rooney Bagdaji is on one, right? He looks like he could be joining Ajax. They're saying Ajax are very interested, and I think if I'm not mistaken, I've heard that Ajax might be opening talks this week. Right, maybe a loan deal with an option to buy, or maybe even signing on a permanent deal. I think Barcelona really don't really care. They don't really mind. You understand what I mean? Right? Either way will do. Right? I think that more than anything, if Rooney goes to Ajax on loan and cooks over there, right, he can gain that confidence back and maybe do his thing. Or Barcelona can sell him with a buy option, right, where they can buy him maybe for a certain amount, right, which. For me, both ways works out for Barcelona and for the player too. You understand what I mean, right?
And don't forget about the loan players too, and players that are outside the team, right? We have 9 goalkeepers that we have to get. We have 9 goalkeepers in the first team right now. We gotta get rid of 6 of them, right? You have players coming back from loan. Outside has been sorted out. We'll wait to have Hector Fort and Xavi Espart. There's so many players that could be leaving the club this summer that can bring in that revenue as well. Maybe if Betis sell Abdi, you get money there. Jan Vergili sale, you get money there as well. Sergio Dominguez of Dinamo Zagreb, if he goes, we get some money there as well. So again, I think in regards to money in FFP, it won't be too much an issue, especially with us being the 1-1 rule. It really comes down to squad play. Where you want Bernardo, you want to mainly focus in the midfield on the right-hand side. Decisions for Hansi Flick, do you want Xavi Espart or Hector Fort to stay? Who do you want to be the second and third choice goalkeeper? Do you want Szczesny and Naki Pena, Szczesny and Ter Stegen, Szczesny and Omar? Who do you want? Because that's going to be a big question mark as well. You have Cochin, Aserlaga, Aran Yakubashvili, and Naki Pena only in their futures decided. So apart from those things as well, I think squad planning is where that will be the major decision making on signing more so than FFP and registration.
Am I correct in saying that isn't the Georgian striker played on loan in Racing Santander squad that got promoted?
Which one?
The Georgian goalkeeper.
Yes, he played at Andorra last season on loan. PK's team did very well. He's very, very highly rated at Barcelona as well. He's a good keeper. I personally would have him as our number 2 to Juan Garcia, but the problem is we saw when Szczesny was called upon this season, maybe you need someone with a bit more experience. I personally would have Szczesny as a third choice goalkeeper next season. I still think he's good enough to be number 2. But wait and see what the club does. I think most likely it will be Szczesny and Juan Garcia heading into next season, then Ter Stegen, Inaki Pena, Yakubashvili, Aserlaga, Cochin all out. Because Cochin and Aserlaga now are a bit too good to be for the Barca B team, so you have to move them on. So all these things will be decisions that need to be taken.
Nah, 100%. We will see. Listen, Barcelona right now, they're active, man. They are active, and we are enjoying the activeness, man. Hopefully, we can get some deals done this week. Well, hopefully, we can get the Bernardo Silva deal completed this week. That way, we can get 2 signings on the door and basically just focus on the Alvarez thing and get that one sorted out as soon as possible, guys. But guys, unfortunately, guys, Hafed is gonna have to go, guys. He unfortunately, because of everything going, guys, we're gonna have to end this, guys. But listen, I'm gonna stick around for a little bit to read some of your chats because you guys have been active in the chat, and I want to read some of your chats before we do get out of here. But Hafed, man, appreciate you so much for being here, man. Listen, we will be back next week. Hopefully, we get some more news coming out of Barcelona, guys. And make sure you guys go subscribe to Barca Boy 103 every single time. Big up to every single one of you guys.
World Cup next week as well, so
yeah,
even more exciting things to come, hopefully.
Exactly, man. Hopefully, the Barca players, they all cook during the World Cup, man. We will see. But yeah, man, big up to you, Arfed. I'm gonna stick around. I'm gonna read some of your chats before we do get out of here, man. Big up to Arfed every single time. Yeah, listen, guys, big up to every single one of you. Big up to MN, man. Big up to every single one of you. Make sure you guys smash the likes. Subscribe if you are new, guys. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers, guys. I am literally about 60 to 80 subscribers away, guys, from hitting the big 10K, guys. Big up to every single one of you guys who's always been supporting. But make sure you guys smash the like button, guys, and subscribe to the channel. It says, we can't get Vadio and Hincapié. We need someone like Gabriel or Virgil van Dijk for experience. Well, okay, so the Gabriel one is my dream. Like, at the end of the day, I will be very honest. I do like Gabriel Magalhaes. I do hope that, he's my dream sign. I've said it. If you guys watch my watch along in the weekend, I said, for me, Gabriel is the dream Barcelona defender for me, right? Because he is good on the ball, and more than anything else, he's an amazing rock of a center back. You understand what I mean, right? I would love him. People will, say, oh, he has a bozo moment. No, I'm sorry, man. I've watched him. Yeah, he has some moments where things don't go well for him, but dude, the guy is a top center back. He's one of the best center backs in the world, man. You understand what I mean, right? So for me, it's a no-brainer, man. It's a no-brainer. But will we get him? Very unlikely. I think he's very happy at Arsenal. But hey, who knows, man? Maybe if we inquire about him, maybe that might turn his attention. It says they battled the Copa del Rey against the Sociedad. We know. It says that's why Simeone hasn't been sacked. Julian Alvarez is a winner. He's won the Premier League, the Champions League, the FA Cup, Omar. Yeah, he's a proven winner. So, yes, I can't lie. Deco is moving like King Von. Hey, listen, man, Deco is cooking right now. He's cooking with hot. Listen, man, he's cooking on a hot stove right now, man, and we're loving it. We're loving it. And hopefully we see more, man. Hopefully we see more. How is Simeone still at Atletico Madrid? Well, Atletico Madrid are not an ambitious club. Like, respectfully, they're not. And also, you have to keep in mind, guys, Atletico Madrid, listen, let me be clear, guys. There was no such thing as a big three before Simeone came in. I think people sometimes they forget that Atletico Madrid, they were never on our level, bro. Like, they were never on our level. They were never on Real Madrid level. Dude, before Simeone arrived, let me tell you guys the truth, bro. Atletico Madrid were finishing 7th in La Liga. I think their last season before Simeone came in, they finished 7th in the league. Okay? They are not. They were never in our level, dude. That's like Valencia next season, or that's like Valencia hiring a new manager and then they challenge for the league in the next 2 years, and then everyone starts saying, "Oh, it's Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Valencia." It's not. It's not. You understand what I mean, right? Like, that's the thing, and that's why they're not going to do Simeone, because Simeone actually made them part of the conversation. It's Simeone who brought them in the conversation. They were never in the conversation with Barcelona and Real Madrid ever before he came in. Okay, so I think that's why they're not getting them, because dude, they don't think they can get better than him, and maybe they can, bro. Because let's be real, man. Like, Atletico Madrid are not a big team. I'm sorry, man, they're not. Even Bernardo Silva picked us over them. Well, that's a no-brainer, bro. That's a no-brainer. Enrique says the Alvarez comes in Barca people. I don't know what you mean by that. But listen, guys, look up to my guy King. Make sure you guys smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button as always, man. Jonas, Deco is always on. Was always on King Von. Just now, he's got them dollars. Hey, listen, man. Says Kunde. Taking Bernardo Silva and Cucurella from them and Julian Alvarez leaving them. Dude, that's why they're angry, dude. They're angry, dude. This is why they're so pissed. And I love it. I've said it before. I love it, man. You love to see it. It's beautiful. It is the most beautiful thing ever, man. Watching, like, that's why they're so pissed, dude. The fact is, right, every player they're linked to is connected to us. They're linked to Cucurella, who is connected to us. And let's be clear here. Cucurella is not joining Atletico Madrid over Barcelona. Forget it. And I think even they know that, dude. He's not joining them over us. It's not happening. It's not happening, dude. First of all, he's a La Masia graduate. He's one of our own. That's number one. Number two, the guy, he just finished 10th, dude. Like, this guy's trying to go to a club which is more ambitious, dude. Atletico Madrid are not even better than Chelsea. Come on, man. Respectfully, man. Keep Keep it 100, man. Let's keep it 100. What is this? But yeah, Bernardo Silva, another one. Listen, Bernardo Silva just came from a City team that was winning everything. You think he wants to go from a team that was winning everything to a team that's just competing for top 4? Like, think, Mark. Think. Come on, y'all. Like that's a no-brainer, man. That's a no-brainer for me at all. So for me, I feel like we're gonna sign both. I mean, look, I said it before. People are like, oh, should we sign Cucurella? Absolutely, bro. Go get me Cucurella right now. Sign Cucurella tonight, dude. Like, I'm gonna be very honest. If he's one of the defensive options, dude, sign him. Sign him. Like, no harm, no fouls. No talk, bro. I don't want to hear nothing, bro. Sign him ASAP. 100%. This Atletico Madrid Twitter page is pathetic. Getting Yamal, Pedri, and Rafinha and Atletico Madrid shit. Dude, they just rattled, man. That's what it is. Bernardo on a free, though. He adds experience. 100%. That's why I want him. If Bernardo Silva comes in, he'll be the best player to replace Pedri. If Pedri ain't playing, all our midfielders is a major drop-off. True. Bernardo Silva will be our second best midfielder after Pedro in this team. Okay, arguable. But see, Bernardo Silva is Pedri's backup. And what a backup to have, bro. Imagine you bench Pedri for Bernardo Silva. Come on, man. Like, that is too good, man. That is way too good. Big up to Charles, man. Big up to you, Charles. De Jong has been injured. We need someone to support Pedri. The midfield is usually lost sometimes. But Pedri, first of all, De Jong is not even a Pedri style player, bro. Like, come on. Not even close. Bernardo Silva is a high IQ player. 100%. He is. Alvarez will come. Trust me. It's just a matter of time. I think that's what he's trying to say. Big up to High Town, bro. Big up to High Town every single time, man. Yeah, man. We got Bernardo. We got more. We got more Casado at least. We got more for Casado at least 130 million. Dude, we're not gonna. Dude, no club. Listen. Come on, man. Like, nah, man. No. Bring up to John Williams, man. John Williams says, I hate when people keep saying our midfield is packed because Pedri is the only world-class midfielder that can really influence games. So we definitely need a Bernardo Silva as backup and Pedri and Yamal. No, listen, I think our midfield is packed up. Now, is it packed up with great players? It's another conversation. But our midfield is packed. When I say our midfield is packed, I'm not saying it's packed full of players, top-class players. No, it's just packed full of players, man. Like, when you have, like, we have Casado, Pedri, Gavi, De Jong, Bernal, Casado, right? And then if you sign Bernardo Silva, there's seven midfielders. That's a packed midfield, bro. Pep loves people with high IQs. Look at what he did with Busquets. Oh, yeah, he brought Busquets up. He's the one that brought Busquets up. Bernardo Silva will be because of his versatility. Yes. How far is the deal for Julian Alvarez, please? I think his personal terms has been agreed on, but we have not agreed anything with Atletico Madrid. I think that's the only thing I said. If we agree a fee with Atletico Madrid, we will sign Julian Alvarez within like 24 hours. Because we've already agreed terms with him. So right now, that's the only thing that's keeping us from signing it. Right now, we're just waiting for the deal to be agreed. Right now, once we agree a deal with Atletico Madrid and we agree terms, trust me, it's like the Gordon deal. When we signed Gordon, next day he was about to play. Same thing applies with Julian Alvarez. If Julian Alvarez agrees a deal with Atletico, if we agree a deal with Atletico Madrid, boom, here we go within like 24 hours. I don't like Rashford. He's too frustrating to watch play football. He's too frustrating to watch play football from ever seen. Football ain't about numbers. Rashford has been decent, but we need more than decent. That's true. Why was the Gordon deal done so fast, so quickly? No brainer, bro. We agreed terms with them. I mean, listen, come on. What happened was I don't know if we already agreed terms with Gordon before then. I think what happened is that we agreed the deal. The reason why the deal was done so quickly is because they agreed. They accepted, and Newcastle accepted the first bid right away. Like, usually, the reason why deals sometimes take too long is because usually clubs are negotiating, right? The thing with Gordon is we didn't even negotiate with Newcastle United. We just went to them, gave them a bid, and they accepted it right away. That's why the deal moved so fast. Because it was just like, oh, come in 70 million plus 10 million installment, 80 million full package deal, accepted, boom. And then when we accepted it, Gordon was on the first flight to Barcelona the next day. That's why the deal was done so quickly. Rashford didn't offer intensity. Bernardo Silva would offer more than him. True. We finished Rashford. It says, I would loan out Ronnie Bagdaji. Whichever one, man. Big up to Glenn. Big up to Glenn every single time. How you doing, man? Appreciate you. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Glenn Talks Football, man. Big up to Glenn every single time. Says, get Max off the books, sell Ronnie, and hopefully Kunde and Balde. It's La Liga and UCL or bust for me. Yeah, we have to move. We have to move 100%. We have to move. We have to move, man. Hello, guys. Big up to you. Big up to you. Rooney, therefore, either goes out on loan or sold elsewhere. Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum salam. Alaikum salam. Rooney, Kunde, Casado should be sold. Here. Omar, why is Schlotterbeck still discuss 50 million and apparently Liverpool are looking at him? Because they need defenders. How far is the I've already answered this one. Omar is more dramatic than that Timo African movie. Hey, come on, man. Respect. We need Hamza to shine. Hey, listen, Hamza is gonna get his opportunity, man. Hamza is gonna get his opportunity. The guy is cooking right now in the B team. I would give him another year in the B team, and then if he has because last season he joined us in January, so I want him to have a full season in the B team. And if he can have like a 20 or 30 goal season over there, then there's a no-brainer that he has to be promoted. No-brainer at all, right? And if we decide to bring him up this season, I would personally let him go out on loan, right? Let's see. Let's let him get the experience of performing. Let's see what happens. We've got to mix experience with youth. Facts. That's how you win, man. That's how you win. Yeah, no need to sell the young because of market opportunity. I would loan Tommy Marquez. Yes, I would loan him too. 100%. Yeah, man. Big up to Jonas, man. Big up to Jonas. Jonas says, I like Gordon. Yeah. I would have taken maybe Jai Yildiz over him. Yeah, dude, I would have taken those players too. I would have snapped around out if you gave me those players. But listen, to be honest, I'm in the same position as you, Jonas. I would have. There's other players I would have preferred over him, but hey, man, it is what it is. Doku has had 11 goals in the last 3 years, dude. That's why I don't want Doku at my club. I'm sorry, man. Doku is his finishing. I'm gonna be very honest, man. This is why people were like, "Oh, would you go sign Doku?" No, I wouldn't sign Doku, bro. Doku is very good on the ball. Doku can dribble. Doku can dribble past 10 players if he can. But my goodness, man, my guy's finishing is one of that guy is Adama Traore levels of finishing, man. I'm good on that. I don't think Pathetico will even accept 130 for Julian. And I don't think Julian Alvarez is the type to pull an Isaac and refuse to play and pressure the club. Dude, I'm going to be very honest. I don't think he would go that far. But I let it come and they will accept it. They will accept it, man, because here's the thing, man. At the end of the day, they don't want to keep a player that's on set, especially if him and Simeone don't see eye to eye. If him and Simeone fell out, then yeah, that right now they will accept. I don't accept it. If we give them 130, they will definitely talk to us. The deal is 120 million plus 15 million add-ons will be agreed on Wednesday, inshallah. You know what? That kind of deal would actually. I think Atletico Madrid might actually consider that deal. I think they will consider that deal. Gordon is signing on unanimously agreed by Laporta, Deco, and Flick. That's mainly why we were so far. Yeah, that too, but also the Newcastle side is also. I mean, Lakshan. I mean, the Julian Alvarez deal is also unanimously agreed upon with Laporta, Deco, and Flick. But Atletico Madrid are the ones that are stopping it from happening. That's why, I think with Bernardo Silva, it's the same thing, because the Bernardo Silva thing, Laporta and Deco have already they targeted him, and now Flick has agreed. Now I think that's why I think this is going to move fast, because Flick has agreed now, and that's the thing. We wasn't even linked to him before that. No, it was a quick thing. I think we were linked to Gordon, but it wasn't something strong. I think Gordon was our top left winger. Also, they'd rather sell to us than Arsenal and Liverpool. That is a good point, Jonas. That is a very good point. Like, you don't want to be selling to one of your direct rivals in the league. That makes sense. Look at this. I didn't even know this. This is actually true. Wow, Julian Alvarez unfollowed Diego Simeone, and his father follows Barcelona, not Athletic. Wow. I mean, if that doesn't scream, come and get me, I don't know what does, man. I don't know what does. If that doesn't scream, go get me. Come get me, man. It says the deal for Alvarez will be 120. Yeah, we'll see. Our midfield can still improve. Yeah, 100%. 100%. We're gonna 100. Oh, you get 30 million for Casado. Oh, Casado. Okay, 100 million. Okay. Look up to Charles, man. This is going to be nasty between Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. I'm gonna be very honest, Charles. Your club is the one that's making it nasty. Because it's not, listen, at the end of the day, the player wants to leave. I think you guys should just give us tell us what you want. You understand what I mean, right? They're saying 150. Look, 150 is crazy. But at the end of the day, if Barcelona come in with 120, 130, I'm sorry, man, take it. Take it and go get another striker. Take it, get another striker. Listen, we gave you 120 for Antoine Griezmann. And you guys won the league 2 years later. I don't know why you guys are acting like you guys haven't replaced top-class players in your club before. I don't know why your club is acting that way. How much would you rather spend on Gvardiol? How much would you rather spend the money on Gvardiol? I would rather spend the money on Gvardiol than Cucurella. He can play over both center backs and left back. I would send Gvardiol over Cucurella too, to be honest. Pedri, Bernardo Silva. Yeah, that would be a good midfield right there. That midfield would be very creative, man. What a creative midfield that would be. What a creative midfield that would be, man. But yeah, we'll see. What no one mentions though is that we're linked to Bayern Munich's physical. Oh, really? Oh, really? The one who worked with Flick in the Bayern era. We need him in the back end of the club. Oh, I mean, listen. I like that we're making not just player deals, but also, man, that's good. That's good. I like that. I like the fact that, I feel like Flick this season, right? Maybe because we're in the one-to-one rule. I feel like Flick this season, he's trying to go really all guns blazing this next season in the 26-27 season. I think you know what it is. I think it's not just him. I think it's the club too. I think the club now have looked at it now because next season will mark 12 years. So we would not have gone as long as Real Madrid did to go Mala Decima. And I think more than anything else, Laporta now, he's looking at it and saying, dude, we can't go over 12 years without winning the Champions League. We cannot. We must. I mean, we've gotten close the last 2 years. We have to go all guns blazing and actually win it. No more delays, man. 100%. Guys, I'm 12 likes away from 100 likes, man. Get us to 100 likes. Look up to every single one of you guys. Center back should be chosen by Flick and Flick only. All these world-class center backs might not work in our system. For example, Araujo is one of the best center backs until he plays on the high line. I mean, look, that's why with the Bastoni thing, when they said that Flick didn't want him, I said, okay. I wasn't a fan of it, but if Flick doesn't feel like he fits the system, then he doesn't fit the system. To be honest, if he doesn't fit the system, then he needs to go and get someone else, man. Get me then go get him Schlotterbeck, because I know he likes Schlotterbeck. Yeah, 100%. I'd rather Gvardiol. I would rather him too. It says all trust in my goat Deco, man. Like it says Deco in, never out. Yo, we got to Deco in, never out. I see a lot of people now are pro Deco now. It says Gabriel LOL, I would rather Saliba. I'm sorry, man. If you watch Arsenal this season, Gabriel has been better than Saliba. If you watch Arsenal this season, Gabriel has been better than Saliba. I'm not saying Saliba has been bad. Saliba has not been bad, but Gabriel has been better. Do you think we can sign Gabriel this summer? It would be the craziest deal. Look, I'm telling you right now, if Deco can get me a Saliba or Gabriel this summer, bro, give him the keys to the city. If he can get him, bro, give him a key to the city, man. Give him the keys to the city, 100%. But do I think it's gonna happen? I don't know, man. Let's get my guy. Let's get this guy the 10K. He deserves it. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you so much. Listen, man. Thank you so much, man. Big up to every single. Tomorrow might be the big day. Yo, listen, man. Keep your eyes on him, man. We're gonna be definitely talking about a lot of these talks, man. A lot of these, man. Man says get Deco out. Cry. Listen, man, you guys have Almani. What are you crying about? You already took. Listen, you guys have Almani. Almani is a good sporting director too. No what? He would replace Julian Alvarez for you. I'll let you win players. Look at Alex Bayana. Bro, I will never forgive them for what they did to Bayana, man. I loved Bayana, bro. One of my favorite players outside of the big two, man. I'm gonna be very honest, man. When he went to, you know what? I think this when he joined them. I said, bro, why is he going there? Why is he going there, bro? Like, dude, you've just ruined your career. Why are you going to freaking Atletico Madrid? Atletico Madrid don't play creative football like a Barca or like a Madrid. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not even saying you should have joined Barca, dude. There's a lot of other clubs he could have joined. I think Bayana is one of the best attacking, and also he's a good set piece player. And let's be honest, man, I watched him at Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid don't even utilize him that well. They play him out on the left, sometimes on the right. They don't even play him in the middle because they don't play like a three-man midfield. Come on, man. How long is Gabriel's contract at Arsenal? Let me see. Gabriel Magalhaes contract. Let me see. Let's see. His contract expires 2029. He's contracted until 2029. So he doesn't get much. Why? Why not? Why doesn't he get game time? This is why I said you guys have ruined him. Why is he not getting game? This guy's one of the best players outside of Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico. And you guys just, oh my days, man. You guys just ruined my boy, man. You guys just ruined my boy for no reason. Yeah, no idea, man. No idea. How much did they even spend on him? I think, am I wrong? How much did they buy Bayana for? What, 40, 50 million? How much did they actually buy him for? It wasn't that expensive, to be honest. I don't think it was. Don't let Gabriel take on. Nope. Hey, listen, man, I have too many quality. I mean, I don't have a lot of quality penalty takers, but I do have some really better, man. Omar, if you could get only one, who would you get? Correa or Grimaldo? Ooh, that's a good one. Personally, I would take Correa because I think Correa is younger. I think both of them are around the same level, but I think Correa is much younger, so I would take Correa. But funny that you mentioned Grimaldo. Funny thing about Grimaldo, the funny story about Grimaldo is, you know that the guy, he actually came out and actually said he wants to return back to La Liga. I mean, I guess he can actually come out and actually open his mind and actually say, I want to come back to Barcelona. But he says he wants to return back to La Liga. I mean, that's basically a come and get me play to Barcelona if I ever heard one. But yeah. Anyways, guys, listen. We're 7 likes away from 100 likes, guys. 7. There are 7 people in this stream right now that are not like the stream, guys. Like the stream. Let's get to the 100 likes before we get out of here. Okay? 100 likes, guys. I should be 100 likes, guys. 7 likes. 7 likes. I'm looking at it right now, guys. 7 people have not liked the video. 7 more people need to like the video, guys, to get to 100 likes. 7. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Smash the likes. When we are 93 we're 93 away, guys. Smash the likes, man. It's like the like button is free, guys. The like button is completely free. Okay? Smash the likes, man. Simeone only cares about Argentines apart from Julian Alvarez. It is what it is. It is what it is. Anyways, it is what it is. Guys, okay, 3 more likes, guys. We got 3 more likes, guys. We're 3 likes away from getting to the big objective, guys. Come on, guys. The Champions League will be ready. Be ready. We're coming for you, Visca Barca. 150%. Come on, guys. 3 likes away from 100 likes, man. 3 likes away from 100 likes. Omar, this is what I'm begging for. La Liga fixtures to be released, and we have Atletico in the first game, and the one Metropolitano and Alvarez dunks on them. You're a hater, Yosef. Big up to every single one of you guys for getting me to 100 likes. You're a hater, man. And I love it. Hey, listen, man, I would love it, man. I would love it too. Don't get it twisted. I would love it too. No, Nico is using us for a better deal. Dude, forget about Nico Williams. He's irrelevant. He's at the dead club. I'm not even gonna talk about Nico Williams. Screw that guy. Anyways, big up to me, says, big up to my guy here, says, Atletico and Barca are not rivals. We have two rivals, Real Madrid and Espanyol. There you go. That's why we never cared about Suarez, Villa, and Griezmann's transfer. Atletico Madrid winning anything is good for anything is good for the league. You're right, bro. Listen, Atletico Madrid are rivals in terms of that they compete sometimes in the league with us, but really, are they our rivals? No, man. I don't feel anything when they sign our players, bro. It's different. They don't, like, I feel nothing. Like when they signed Suarez, I said, okay, good for you, good for you. And he won them the league. I was happy for Suarez. I wasn't even hating on them for getting Suarez. It is what it is. We would have went for Nico Williams if things were normal. No, we wouldn't have, bro. Listen, the Nico Williams thing, it's done. It's done. Masters Ballon d'Or Deco can never. But yeah, you got to do, man. Alvarez wanted Barcelona since he played for River Plate. Dude, the guy is a Barca fan. The guy idolized Messi, man. He dreamt of wearing the Barca shirt. My guy, listen, it wouldn't surprise me if he joined Atletico Madrid to just get closer to Barcelona. You know, he probably did that, right? You guys know that, right? He might have just joined Atletico Madrid so that he can show Barcelona what he can do, so that Barcelona can go and get him. That's why right now he's probably, I think that's why he's probably doing what he's doing right now. Because now he's gotten Barcelona's attention. Now he's like, yeah, I've got what I wanted. Yeah, you've already said this. You already said this. Anyways, guys, listen, guys, we're gonna be getting out of here, man. I'm gonna close out right now. Yeah, it says wants to be a solo. First of all, that's cap. Because apparently, from all the talk is that apparently he regrets signing the deal. No brainer, duh. Hey, listen, man, whether he's a ambitious player or not, whether he's a one-man club player, listen, whatever, man. At the end of the day, some players have ambitions, some players just don't. And Nico Williams, in a few years, he's going to be in the Saudi Pro League, so he can hold that. But anyway, guys, we're going to get out of here, man. Big up to every single one of you guys. This has been another episode of the Blaugrana podcast. I wanted to stick around to read some of your chats because I saw you guys were active on the chats. Big up to every single one of you guys. Listen, guys, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, guys. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers, guys. I am a few subscribers away from hitting the big 10,000, guys. Pick up to every single one of you guys. We're gonna be redirecting to the football chaos, guys, right? Where you're gonna be meeting the frauds, man, like Will and all the frauds in there, guys. Make sure you guys go and put Omar Raid in the comment section below. Pick up to every single one of you guys. As always, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and peace, guys. Visca Barca. Take care.